ministerial code of conduct
we are not
by the Prime Minister. That is not a matter.
Member. There's
We have, and myself particularly as Speaker, have repeated on many occasions that things need to get to the Parliament with adequate time so that we can read and we can ensure we follow the proper procedures. We were in fact notified by email that a motion would come, but it didn't come until just before I got to Parliament. And it does take some time to review and ensure that motions are properly laid. A signed copy of the motion came to me at the desk when Member Paulwell came to the desk during the sitting of the Parliament. And I just came out for a moment a while ago and I note the opposition walking out. I was coming back to tell them I'd gone out because I was just completing my review so that they could go ahead and debate if they so choose. However, even though they heard as much, they continued to walk out.
Some are going to walk out of Parliament again with the PNP and go keep them own Parliament outside Parliament. Now, one of the reasons behind this is because the Jamaican Lion Party are trying to violate the thing. Because them don't want nobody talk about the broad devil himself. The man will feel like I said him a God. And Mark Golding not having it. I'm not wrong Mark Golding, I'm not wrong the PNP. Now Mark Golding I go explain everything to the people. The reason why him walk out of Parliament and leave these criminals inside of Parliament. Because him never did go sit around with these criminals. I try to disrespect him. Mark Golding also want to know who are the 7 other criminals that are under investigation for illicit enrichment. They should come forward and tell the people of Jamaica who they are. We, the people of Jamaica, want to know who are the other 7 criminals that are there behind closed door, sitting down there in Parliament and stealing taxpayers' money. And we're not going to stop until we know who the 7 criminals be. We know say Andrew Holiness head the list. Well, it is alleged that a Juliet Holiness name second the list. And I don't want to tell you who for name third the list. But people, we are going to talk about that further on down inside of this report. Because we have a lot coming up inside of this report. So if you don't like the video yet, now is the right time for you to like the video. Because we not stop expose them, people. We not stop expose them, This brother here, we love killing teeth them. The thief in Prime Minister here, we not stop expose them. They not no moral. Them not no integrity. They not have nothing of them. And we not stop expose them. So hold on. Bless up to my viewers and my subscribers them. May hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful evening. Now my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In every any situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray. Because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, we have a lot coming up inside this update, so we don't want to waste no time. Remember, watch the video until the end. Leave a like on this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet, and turn on the notification bell, alright? So welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers them. Big up to all of my viewers, big up to all of my subscribers them. We continually support the channel and I help the channel to grow. Now, remember to leave a like on this video. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're a new viewers, first time on my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell so whenever we drop new content, you will be first to be notified. Share the content with a friend, a family, a loved one. Share it on your social media platform. And people, remember, we are on our way to 100,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed yet, now is the right time for you to subscribe and turn on the post bell for new content. Alright? So now, my people, today in a parliament, Mark Golding wants to table a motion inside of parliament. But Eli Clark, aka Fool Clark, and the one where him head shine off with the rundown position. We are talking about Pernell Charles Jr., Pernell Charles, big data. Him just a run back a position, so. And him behave like, say, parliament a fame because him have no respect for his country and him not have no respect for the people of Jamaica. The only person where this man look up to and the only person where this man praise is Broad Devil, a.k.a. the Prime Minister of Jamaica, a.k.a. Andrew Holiness. This brother don't respect nobody else more than Andrew. I don't even think this man pray to God. Him pray to Andrew Holiness. You, big daughter of Pernell Charles, as well, Chopper Media would call you, big daughter of Pernell Charles. And one of them call him Rewrite Clot. Underneath relax. Uno behave like a Andrew Holiness. Uno behave like uno think say, uno a God, and uno run Jamaica, and uno call the shots. No, the people of Jamaica call the shots. And we, the people of Jamaica, well, not me, because I never vote for Uno. And the people of Jamaica vote for Uno. Uno little nastiness we go in a parliament. And now Uno come and behave as if Uno want disrespect the people when the people seeking answers. The people seeking answers. Pernell Charles, big daughter. Pernell Charles Jr. Who are the rest of people were under investigation? People, check this video out.
Mr. Speaker, whereas there is a ministerial code of conduct in place from 2002 that governs the conduct of members of the cabinet, and whereas the Prime Minister did not inform the people of Jamaica that he was being investigated by the integrity...
Member, please.
I don't even need to hear another word. If the member in any way intends to go down a road that is, you can't understand if you don't listen. Permit yourself to use your ears and not your mouth. Permit yourself to use your ears and not only your mouth. If it is that the member intends to travel down a road that is going to breach the standing orders in raising matters, let me just say it before, that are sub judice. Hold on, I'm just telling you, that cannot be accommodated in this house. So if that is the route, if that is the intention, if that is the intention, stop now.
Member, you start on a premise, and as far as the standing order is concerned, I hear the first part of where you're going, and section 20, public business, 22, sorry, notion of motion, amendment and manner of giving notice, section 3. If the speaker is of the opinion that any notice of a motion which has been received by the clerk infringe the provisions of any standing order in any way out of order, he may direct that the member concerned be informed that the notice of motion is out of order, that the notice of motion be entered in the order paper with such alteration as he might direct. Member, I am I am saying because there is, when I read from the Erskine May Parliamentary Practice, paragraph 2, page 333, matters awaiting judicial decisions, that the motion relates to a matter that is now before the court, and if it is, because there is a matter now under judicial consideration, it ought not to be discussed as it is sub judice. At this time, I am now ruling that this motion will not be entertained. Member, if the I just made the I am saying to you, member, if it has anything to do with the matter that I just spoke about, then I'm ruling it out of order. We are not going to entertain it.
Yes, thank you.
No, we don't have to hear it. And if I am going to stop you again if you go down that road.
Mr. Speaker, you've indicated this matter is sub judice. I'm not aware of that. However, what this motion engages is simply a matter
we are not
of a breach
member,
of the ministerial code of conduct
we are not
by the Prime Minister. That is not a matter.
Member, there's
Members, I'm not so sure why you descend into such loud discussions.
Now, me tell you now, the Jamaican Labour Party is nothing but a criminal organization with a bag of criminal and a bag of people over there we feel like I say, and them run Jamaica and they can bad up anybody where they feel like, and they can tell us if you shut your mouth whenever they feel like, and they can tell you say, they can send for you whenever they feel like. But I want to know say, a one man we praise on a God, one man we look up to on a God, one man we believe in on a God. We not believe in our nastiness over there. The Jamaican people them tired of now. We tired of now. It's like we don't want to withhold all information from the Jamaican people. We need to know what going on. The people of Jamaica deserve to know what going on. I'm glad Mark Golden take it to the street and finish what I'm have to say.
To move a no confidence motion in Gordon House, in the House of Representatives. I was prevented from doing so on what I regard to be a spurious basis, a basis that cannot hold water. The basis that was put forward was that the matters on which my motion was based are now sub judice. In other words, because the Prime Minister has apparently sought judicial review of certain matters arising from what the Integrity Commission has decided in relation to his matter. However, my motion is not dealing with the substance of that report, but is dealing with his own conduct as Prime Minister. And I wish to read the motion now so you can hear it. Whereas there is a ministerial code of conduct in place from 2002 that governs the conduct of members of the Cabinet, and whereas the Prime Minister did not inform the people of Jamaica that he was being investigated by the Integrity Commission from as far back as August 2023 for illicit enrichment. And whereas the concealment of this information by the Prime Minister is a breach of the Ministerial Code of Conduct that guided the Prime Minister in removing from office ministers serving in the cabinet over which he presided. And whereas the annual reports of the Integrity Commission for 22-23 and for 23-24 stated that several members of Parliament, initially 6 and then 8, were under investigation for illicit enrichment, but none had come forward to disclose that he or she was under investigation. And whereas the Integrity Commission's investigation report on the 17th September 2024 tabled in Parliament named the Prime Minister as being under investigation for illicit enrichment. And whereas the Prime Minister, as Chairman of Cabinet, instructed members of Cabinet not to divulge the name of any member under investigation for illicit enrichment, contrary to the spirit of the Ministerial Code of Conduct. And whereas the actions of the Prime Minister have caused and continue to cause severe damage to the trust necessary for good order and respect for public office, be it resolved that this Honourable House condemns the Prime Minister for not maintaining ethical standards of transparency and openness in government. Secondly, censures the Prime Minister for his acts of covering up and concealment of the names, including his own, of those members of the Cabinet and or Parliament of which he was and may still be aware, but has kept them in positions of influence in the Cabinet with the effect of further undermining public trust in the institutions of government. And declares that the actions of the Prime Minister have severely undermined his credibility and trustworthiness, and that he no longer enjoys the confidence of this House. That was the motion that was to be put forward today and hopefully debated next week. We did not want it debated the same day that it was tabled. The Prime Minister is not here in Jamaica. That would not be right or proper. However, we were not allowed to proceed with the tabling of the motion because the Speaker herself had removed herself because the matter affected her husband, and the Deputy Speaker ruled that the motion was improperly brought in breach of the standing orders, relying on the sub judice rule, and so the motion will not go forward. And we think that that is an abuse of the rules of Parliament, and no confidence motions have a very high place in our constitutional arrangements. If a no confidence motion is passed in Parliament, the Governor-General has to dissolve Parliament and call elections. So that is in section, I think, 64 of the Constitution, subsection 5. So for them to block the opposition from bringing a motion on the alleged basis that the matter is sub judice is really, in my view, a bad and sad day for our democracy. Again, it's an example of freedom of speech, freedom of association, our democratic principles being undermined by the misuse of power by the majority in Parliament. It's a very serious matter, and that is why we asked the media to come and hear what we had to say. Thank you.
Now that you were unable, Mr. Golding, to actually properly lay the motion before the House,
Yes.
does the opposition?
Mark Golding, I must say this. You are a true leader. And I can say this as well. You seems like someone that made the people of Jamaica good. You are dig for information. You want the people of Jamaica to know exactly what going on. And if these criminals would have just been transparent with the people of Jamaica, if they would only be transparent with the people of Jamaica, but them behave as if them are bully, and them behave as if them run Jamaica, and them say anything, and them call the shots, and also this go. Now, the Integrity Commission come under pressure from Holiness from all different angles. Then threaten them. Then try to intimidate them. Then try to bribe them. Then try to shut them up. Then try to shut them down. Now, Holiness bring them Ghana court. Holiness have something to hide where him no want to pop out. So what him do? Him bring the Integrity Commission Ghana court. Such a wicked and evil man we need to resign. Such a wicked and evil man we need to resign. And the people of Jamaica, we need to take it to the street. Just like how Andrew Wallace take it to the courthouse. We need to take it out there and let this man know say him need to resign as well. Why Andrew would want to carry the Integrity Commission got court when I Integrity Commission trying to you got court? You're a criminal. But people, check out this right here, right now. We're soon forward.
What is he hiding?
8:45 on this Tuesday morning, Tuesday, October 1, 2024. Well, Nationwide News can confirm that the Prime Minister, Andrew Holiness, Imperium Holdings Limited, Positive Media Solutions Limited, and Positive Jamaica Foundation Limited have filed in the Supreme Court an application for permission to apply for judicial review in the matter concerning the Prime Minister's statutory declarations and that report into his statutory declarations tabled in the House of Representatives a few days ago. This is a long document. The Prime Minister and those three companies, Positive Media Solutions, Positive Jamaica Foundation, and Imperium Holdings Limited, the three companies that were the center of focus and attention by the Integrity Commission. Those are the four applicants. The respondents, Craig Beresford, Kevin Stevenson, and the Integrity Commission. Holiness and the companies, they want leave to be granted for a judicial review of the failure and or refusal of Craig Beresford to act impartially, fairly and independently to carry out his statutory duty to examine the 2022 and the 23 statutory declarations of Andrew Holiness pursuant to the Integrity Commission Act. Holiness wants a judicial review of the decision to continue or keep the investigation for illicit enrichment open in relation to his 2021 declarations, notwithstanding findings or conclusions that for that year his liabilities were greater than his assets to the tune of $10.46 million, or otherwise there was no unexplained growth in his net worth. He wants judicial review of the decision to embark on, continue, or keep the investigation open into his 2022 declarations, notwithstanding findings or conclusions that for that year his liabilities were greater than his assets to the tune of 5.3 million Jamaican dollars. He wants a judicial review of the failure the finding by Kevin Stevenson, or the decision in all the circumstances, that Andrew Holiness's lawful objection as contained in his responses and from his attorneys on his behalf, including in the letter of the 16th of July 2024, is a refusal to provide information which inhibited his ability to make a comprehensive and final assessment of the first applicant's assets, liabilities, and income. Remembering, of course, that Holiness is the first applicant. He wants a judicial review of what he says is the impermissible commingling of the relationship and or functions of and amongst the divisions of the Commission and the Commission, resulting in a conflict of interest and or abdication of the duty of the respondents, Beresford, Stevenson, and the Integrity Commission when exercising their statutory functions. He wants a judicial review of the failure of Stevenson and the Integrity Commission to recommend and or issue a public exoneration of culpability on the termination of their first investigation of Holiness's 2021 declarations as required by Section 54.5, while improperly including its details in the report of August 30, 2024, such that the benefit of exculpation is lost. Exculpation, of course, means free from blame or guilt. He wants a judicial review of the misuse of his private information by disclosing that private information in a manner that is prejudicial to his rights and interests. He wants a judicial review of the Integrity Commission's misuse of Section 36.3 of the Integrity Commission Act to table a special report in Parliament and make improper and unlawful recommendations to Parliament and or the FID and Tax Administration Jamaica. He wants a judicial review of the findings and or conclusion that there is a potential conflict of interest between him, Andrew Holiness, and Norman Brown, who is the chairman of both the Housing Agency of Jamaica and the UDC. and he asks for several orders. Order of certiorari, court process, of course, that seeks a judicial review of a decision by a government entity. He also wants an order of mandamus, which is a court order that requires a government official or entity to perform a legal duty or refrain from illegal action. He wants a declaration that the submission of the reports to Parliament, save for the matters referring to the 4 accounts for tabling, was unlawful and or illegal, having regard to the full terms and effects of Section 54 of the Integrity Commission Act. People, it's a long document. I'm just going through some of the highlights of what he has asked for, what he has cited as the wrong done to him by the Integrity Commission as a body, by Craig Beresford and by Kevin Stevenson. And joining him as applicants in this application to the Supreme Court is OLR, Imperial Holdings Limited, Positive Media Solutions, and Positive Jamaica Foundation. This action was filed in the Supreme Court September 30 this year. We will have much more in subsequent newscasts. Today, the Prime Minister said he was going to court. He has gone to court. The Integrity Commission will have some big questions to answer in court regarding the Prime Minister's statutory declarations. And what he says is their failure to approve, authorize, to sign off on his 2021 declarations, while using those 2021 declarations to commingle it with subsequent investigations, when the 2021 should have been signed off on and whatever else left as is. He says that commingling makes the public believe that the 2021 declarations are still in dispute, when he says the evidence shows that he did nothing wrong and that should have been authorized. He says that the Integrity Commission misused their power and are abusing their power by not so certifying. So it's all happening from here. That's the breaking news this morning.
Them always say, what sweet nanny goat, I go run in belly. And anything with sweet and Holiness, surely I go run in belly. So that quote where you will want to bring the Integrity Commission go. Remember, you never go to a courthouse with nobody and win yet, because you don't even know the Constitution. You don't even know the Constitution. You don't know nothing at all. The only thing what you know to do is rob the people of Jamaica. So people, state a thought and that down below in the comment section. One thing, Andrew Holiness decides that he might go bring the Integrity Commission to court. They're now in court. So people, let me know what's your thought on that down below in the comment section. The last thing where we are going to look on before we end this report is a video from Right Mango where she is addressing the labor and them over there that is celebrating a little small win. I would not even call that win, because 4,800 people out of 43,870 odd people vote for. I can't win that. I cannot win that. That could have never be win. In other words, you still have 40,000 people did it. We still not vote yet. So who they went to vote for? Who them did I go vote for? The other 40,000 people. Just for showing us, nobody not really want to vote for them either. And the hungry belly want them alone. But before we listen to what Right Mango had to say, people, make we check out this from the director of electoral. Attack one bag of crap about the voters turnout. This man wants to say some misunderstanding with this why they have a low voter turnout. I try to pick up for Andrew Holiness. You shouldn't resign, you know. You shouldn't resign if you come make such a statement. You want a conk in your forehead. But people check out why I'm say, then we come back and play the video with Right Mango.
It's my personal view. I think we need to relook at doing a new exercise, because the voters list is basically, to a certain extent, has ballooned over the years, because we have been adding persons, and there are a number of persons on that list have migrated and are no longer interested in the process. So when you do your voter turnout and you use that base or that denominator, it gives a wrong impression in terms of the true intention of the electorate. So we need to look at, and as I said, that's my personal view, not the commission view, to look at how best whether or not it's not time for us to redo a new exercise in terms of a new enumeration. We prepare for 100% turnout, and therefore our system, and we activate whatever we activate, whatever we do, with the intention that the turnout will be 100%. So, for example, we printed 43,826 ballots because 43,826 persons were on the list. So when you have a turnout so low, you mean that a significant amount of your ballot in effect would not have been used, and that's a cost. The other aspect of it, in terms of manpower, it impacts on the cost at the end of the day.
So of those 43,000 ballots you printed, only about 12% would 15% would be used at the end of the day?
Yeah, you're talking about 5,000, a little bit over 5,000.
So what do you do with the rest? You have to dump those now?
Now those can't be used again. So those would have to be shredded and destroyed, etc.
I wonder if nobody never did it. We couldn't give this man a cuff in a forehead. One come, boom, boom, in a forehead. Because I be a nonsense, he might talk out their mouth. The people of Senton are not going to vote for Matthew Samuda. We all knew who Matthew Samuda is. Matthew Samuda is a wicked and corrupted man like Andrew Holiness and the rest of Jamaican Labour Party. So nobody never did go out to go vote for him. The Jamaican people tired of the Labour rank them now. And that is why they have a low voters turnout and I blame the PNP. Now when I blame it on voters list, shut your mouth. And they blame about people gonna foreign. So much people gonna foreign. And if only 4,000 people are sent on, you want a conk in your forehead. But people, stay to thought and that down below in the comment section. And as usual, people, remember to leave a like on this video. Give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you haven't subscribed as it. And turn on the post notification bell for new content. Alright? Remember, make we vote out these criminals once and for all. Alright? I'm out.
Dear Jamaicans, so apparently yesterday there was an election in Northeast St. Anne, and I never ever remember about that. God no. It's the most underwhelming election I've ever heard about. Even though it was not a general election, it was just a by-election to elect a new MP after the sitting MP mysteriously decided to resign. It was so underwhelming. First and foremost, the PNP didn't contest that election, and I'm happy that they didn't contest that election, because imagine you have a seat, a constituency with 44,000 people, 44,000 registered electors, and JLP in a race against themselves barely get 5,000 votes. So you mean say JLP contest against themselves and still lose? Yes, we know Matthew is now the MP and Matthew win, but you have a seat with 44,000 MASH electors who eligible to vote, and you basically you have one person from UIC who probably get 20 odd votes and one other guy will probably get 20 odd votes. I don't know. The two independent, so-called independent candidates, the two of them never equal 100 votes. So basically everybody vote for Matthew Samuda. And you mean to tell me say Matthew Samuda couldn't get 5,000 votes in a Labour rights stronghold? So him race against himself and lose. I'm glad PNP never bother waste them time, because this was a waste of taxpayer money. Imagine 5,000 people vote and you spend $30 million to conduct this election. You know how much people $30 million could help? $30 million. You know, I blame those two people who decided to go forward and waste taxpayers' money when JLP decided to pull this stunt. Sometimes we have to think. Sometimes we have to engage your brain. You know that this is a JLP stronghold if you know anything about politics. And you know, say, independent candidate don't go nowhere in Jamaica. Why you waste taxpayer them money? God, I don't know the name of any of these people who decided to run against Matthew Samuda. And JLP contested this election against 2 independent candidates. Matthew Samuda come out big and bold and talk about him expect at least 10,000 people to vote for him and couldn't even get 5,000 people good. No wonder on the face that look so mash up after the election we wanna win. When me see some pictures with some of the JLP, no, Jamaicans understand that every single Labour right was done in North East St. Anne campaigning through this dopey election season. Every single one of them. And you mean to tell me, say, the whole 40 out of them is even more than that because you have Senator too. The whole of them, you see the people them from Eastern St. Thomas, cousin Michelle, what's her name? Michelle Charles, say, our place a pop down and she there North East St. Anne campaign for Matthew Samuda. And you mean to tell me, say, the whole of them barely could have pulled out 5,000 people? If I were a Labour right this morning, I'd be very ashamed. You see what I'm saying? JLP disunited. Well, we have a new MP now. Big up you. Congrats to Matthew Samuda. You got a seat, but you never look happy. You never look happy at all. Anyway, we await the general election. Because based on yesterday's results, Jamaican people have a surprise funeral. Jamaican people have a wicked surprise funeral. I thank you. Enjoy your Pyrrhic victory.